Hi guys, 14th Prime here, back with another video review, and today we're looking at the MakeToys Cross Dimension Thunder Erebus. Erebus? I don't know. Anyways, this is basically their take on a Power Master Prime, but in a darker color scheme. Ooh la la. Anyways, you get some amazing artwork that needs to be a poster. Why don't they give posters? There's so many box arts that are amazing and third party does that need to be a poster, I swear. Anyways, see that on there? On the top, you get Cross Dimension Erebus. On the side, you get truck mode. This side, you get bot mode. Bottom, upside down warning. And then on the back, you get some product shots of a bunch of stuff he can do. And we're gonna get into all of this good stuff soon. So anyways, without further ado, let's get this guy open and see how cool he is. And here is Thunder Erebus, open up and out of his packaging, and this thing barely fits in my frame. This is a long vehicle. Just to bring in a few comparisons, here's one with Legends Brawn, and then Titans Return Topspin. You see the trailer part makes this vehicle very long, but it's a truck and a trailer. Not much to say. It kind of rolls. Not really, actually. This is really just dragging. It has the guns like Power Master Prime normally would. I'm just gonna take off for the sake of taking off. And this is a third-party item. Obviously, that wouldn't be there, but I went ahead and put those on. But for this part, we're not going to be really focusing on this. We're going to focus on this. Even though I will show the trailer hitch down here. It is just kind of attached to that. Just flip it out. It's a loose connection, but if it was tighter, it might mess with rolling it around. Anyways, let's bring this camera down. Now let's get some comparisons with just this little guy. Here's Brawn, and so this scales a lot better. He kind of scales the Legends, kind of doesn't. Here's Topspin. You can see how tiny this guy is. Anyways, before we get further into this, let's take a look at the little card. Do you see it's like the box art, but smaller? And on the back is you can scan the QR code and see their actual God Gemini version of this. And then here's the instructions. They're kind of weird. It starts out with this one, which this one is basically just the cab. And by the way, this is all colored in Optimus Prime colors. Or Genrai, I'm sorry. Like so. Which this one starts the combination, I believe, for him. And then this other one right here doesn't have any sort of thing on it. You just open it fully up, and it's the transformation for the trailer and all. Yeah, I think about it. Then wouldn't that mean is that on here, like on the other side? I just didn't flip to it. Yeah, is it on the other side? Actually, I don't know. Huh. Well, I guess since this basically shows truck mode. Nope. Follow me. And then in the QR codes, instruction video, and then that. Which why they released this one first, I don't really know. It's kind of, I always think it's kind of weird when other companies do this, but at the same time, if they released the original one first, I bet less people would have bought this. But anyway, before we look at that, let's look at the even smaller figure, which is this little guy. Which he doesn't really have a name in this, so which is supposed to obviously be High Q. And you transfer him by just flipping this around. Flip down the legs, rotate, flip down, rotate, flip down, flip that down, take out the arms. And I wish I could show some of the detail on this because it's very nicely painted for what there is painted. But of course my camera sucks too much to do that. So I go what I can do. But if I could show it, this is actually really good. Like this little guy has articulation. Like the arms can go up and down. They can They can go in and out and then go up and down. Legs can go forward, legs can kind of go back. They have a nice knee bend. So I mean, you can get him into some nice little poses. Even I've even gotten him to kneel once or twice. See, he kind of kneels. Look at that kind of kneel. Kneeling like a pro. But we're gonna set this little guy off to the side. Again, he doesn't really have a name, so I don't know. Would this be like Erebus, and then the whole thing's Thunder Erebus? I don't know. You're gonna be way over here though. Are you gonna stand up? There we go. So here is the Optimus Prime or Black Convoy, kinda here. And this truck mode isn't that bad. Now, the one noticeable thing is there isn't two wheels back here, but for the transformation, it's alright. It's acceptable. There's some nice molding and paint work on this. Then there's this, which I'll probably get into that feature later on. Or I could do it now. Let's just do it now. Let's get it over with. So you get this little guy in his Power Master mode, maybe? Well, not Power Master, is a combination mode, I guess. And those two little slots, he has two little tabs on them that go right in there. Kind of already see what this thing is doing. Now, you don't have to have him in to transform like you did with the original toy. But basically, when you push him in, the front bumper goes in. You get it out by just... That's it. That's the gimmick. So now he's just going to go to the side. Anyways, it's a nice little truck. He's not bad. The transformation on the guy was actually a bit more complicated than I thought it would be. So you want to flip these two little parts down, kind of untab this all stuff, rotate that around, it'll kind of tab in over here, kind of tabs in. Take just at the toes, so at the front of the feet, and rotate them around to where they're actually feet on both of them. And then you want to grab the kind of the middle back and then the very front, so you can pull that apart. Then that rotates up. Then you can kind of get the legs down out of the way. Then you want to take up these two flaps in the back. They're fighting me. And flip them up. Up here, you want to flip them down. Then get your finger in there and pull up his head. Like so. And then fold these pieces back. Now you're starting to see a robot. Flip down the arms and then rotate at the wrist. I know this is all really hard to see because he's literally just a black blob because of my camera. Very sorry. Flip that down. Get him oriented. And so here's quote unquote Optimus Prime or Black Convoy or whatever the heck you want to call this thing in his robot. And he actually looks really nice. We're gonna experiment here with another light and see if I can kind of show you guys some of this detail. Wow, this plane's working a lot better than I thought it would. But you can see his head sculpt. Then it's actually not that bad. I don't really have any frontward lights. You can see some of his molded detail because you really can't for some reason otherwise. If I like move, zoom in back there a bit more, you can kind of see it. You can see some of the molded detail on him because there is a lot to appreciate on this. Even though it's a really small figure, there's a lot there. And the head sculpt is beautiful. The only real issue with it is kind of the back. It's just a big truck. But who displays their figures like that? Weird people like that too. For a few comparisons, here he is with Titans Return Brawn. And also just to show it, I missed a step in this guy's review from who knows how long ago, depending on the review. I forgot to flip down his heel because I didn't even know that was there. So if I said anything about stability in that video, as I don't remember if I did, then I was being stupid, because he's totally fine now. See, he's good. He's good. And then here he is with Titans Return Topspin. So he's basically kind of like a scout class-ish. He's a bit bigger than average Legends, but he's not a deluxe. And then to show him off with just kind of my other black convoy type things. Well, I only got 2 out of 3 of my other ones here. Here's a Dark Side Optimus Prime. And here's Universe Nemesis Prime. But I mean, he doesn't really look evil, because like the eyes, mainly, like they're blue. This just looks like the generic black convoy, which is still Optimus, just darker colors. It isn't like Dark Side Optimus or Nemesis Prime or anything like that. What about the movie Nemesis Prime? He's not here. There wasn't a figure of him. Well, there is, but I refused to buy it. Anyways, his articulation is amazing. Head rotates a full 360. He can nod and kind of go all over the place. His arms are full 360. He can go in and out. Rotation, double bend, even some wrist, but this flap's going to come with it. But it stays attached to the arm, so I mean, it isn't really that bad. He doesn't really have waist articulation unless you kind of pick this up and add some back kibble, and then he does. But I can live without it. These pieces bend down so that you can get a better split. Legs go forward very far, back not that far. Knee bend phenomenal. He has some ankles move up and down, and a kind of toe pivot that acts as an ankle tilt. Oh, and a swivel. And then we'll bring back this little guy. He doesn't do anything for him in robot mode, other than you can just kind of attach him to his back. You can also just kind of see how small he is. Overall, it's a nice little... If this was just a 2-pack, it wouldn't be that bad of a little 2-pack. And he also has these two guns. I almost forgot about him. And this guy's posability for how small he is literally insane. Like, posability on this guy is phenomenal. I was very shocked and surprised. He can even knee bend. He can literally knee bend. How many figures? Let's just. Can you do it? Wow. All right. These two can knee bend. No, he can't. He can't do it naturally. This flap is all that's making. If he has barely good toe balance then. Well, like his knee isn't really like touching the ground, so I don't know. But it's just like a lot of figures can't even really knee bend. Let's try Braun for the sake of doing it. Can he knee bend? Nope. But just articulation, it's great. You can get just a bunch of random poses from this guy. If I had a stand, I would be showing it off. But I don't. Which is he? Yeah, he can plug to a stand, maybe. No, I don't think he can actually. I feel like a cradle stand, maybe. Now is a shot of this guy's butt. Now I don't have Autobot symbols on him because I really don't know where to put them. I don't want to put them like flat out on the windshield, and on the shoulders. I don't think I have one small enough. You guys actually know where I can maybe put them. By all means, please tell me. I must know. Now, this first half of the video just mainly focused on these two guys. So I'm going to cut away. We're going to come back. We're going to focus on the trailer portion of this video, which is, of course, the main attraction, because I don't think anyone bought this guy just to have these two and then a giant brick in the back. So yeah, anyways, we're going to cut away and when we come back, we're going to focus on this. And we're back with what is essentially the meat and potatoes of this figure, which is the trailer. Don't get me wrong. This guy, I love this. He is pretty great for a little dude, but he isn't all this thing has. Nowhere near it. But anyways, like I showed earlier, you can plug these guns in. These two go into those little. These peg into those little posts there. So I don't really feel like doing it. Then you got two of these which slot in there. But anyways, this thing has some really nice detailing, and the wheels that they don't really roll that well on like a hardwood floor. But they look good. This looks pretty good for like a Cybertronian kind of Power Master Prime-ish type thing. The stripe is nice and consistent, even though it's over like 3 different panels. They even have a little extra panel to cover this up right there. I mean, this is all pretty good. It's all pretty good, even though that's kind of crooked. I just noticed that. Oh my god, it's gonna bug me for the rest of my life. Anyways, let's get down to this thing's transformation. So first, you want to just pull those up right there. Untab these. You gotta untab these from that, and then untab them from all of that, like so. Then you come around to the side here, and you want to flip that up, flip that in, and flip that around. This untabs and tabs into that. Second verse, same as the first. Fold that down, flip that down. Oop, this will tab in, and you're done with that. Now you want to take these side panels and untab them. Flip these bits up, wrong way. Flip these bits this way. Then these tabs will go into those slots. Everything's gonna start untabbing on me. And you just kind of want to fold it in and tab it in sides. You want to take this, just kind of move it up by that beautiful joint. I want to show that better. Then pull that out, and it should be able to rotate over and tab in. And rotate that 360. You can kind of start to see what's happening here. Come to the back here, untab these wheels from that. You know, it's probably easier to just kind of do that. Yeah. Take this bit, untab it, and fold that up. Oh, I didn't really show that well, my bad. Untab it, then fold it up. Like so. I'm gonna raise up this camera because this thing's gonna get tall. Like you won't believe tall. Split the legs. Then you want to take this wheel assembly and flip it up, then flip it back. Take this wheel assembly, rotate it up, but then you also want to flip that in. And this all lines up back here. Kinda, sorta. There's a tab, is there? No. Kinda, sorta. And then fold that down, you got a leg. Boom. We have legged. It is leg day. We have legged. You know what I'm talking about. Fold this up. Fold that back. Fold that up. Rotate this back. Fold that down. Boom. We have double legged. We got 2 legs. Kinda. I love this thing, but it's really weird to transform. I'm used to simple Power Master Prime. When you just pull everything apart. You raise this camera up. Around to this, and this is kind of complicated for what it is, even though also you can tab this in, or you're really supposed to. I just generally don't, because it just kind of comes untabbed anyway. So I mean, whatever you want to do, it's gonna be a butt flap one way or another. So it's kind of your call. Because if you fold that all the way down, it's just gonna get in the way of it clicking all the way. So again, your call. Anyways. I'm gonna take these bits right here. It's really hard for me to get to. You gotta get to one of them. These joints are really stiff. Can I even get to it? There we go. Pull it out. Rotate it out. Pull this out. Rotate it out. You want to come to this joint, this bit right there, and push it forward and tab down the arm. Second verse, same as the first. Which, you know what, let me trust your flashlight. And you want to get it forward like that. And fold it down. Take these flaps on the arms, push them up, both sides, open up that, about the hand, rotate it around, put this, about the hand if you can, rotate it around, and you want to come in here and pull that out and up for now. And now you pretty much got the trailer all ready for a combination. And so just before, let's go ahead and plug in these guns. Wait, is it? Yeah, it looks better if you do it the other way. One goes here, one goes here. I'm gonna wait for the other guns. You want to take him? I put him back in truck mode because it's easiest. But you basically kind of transforming the legs. You want to flip these pieces down, untab these, and rotate them up on both sides, and take the feet and rotate them. So basically, it's like robot mode legs. But instead of, you know, robot mode, you flip these in, and the legs bend inward, and they tab into that on the back. And you can push that in. And then there's a little, like, C-clip. There's a little C-clip right there. It goes into that right there. You'll hear it click. Then you just take this, get it all flush and nice. And here is this hunk of beauty, all transformed and ready to roll. Or run. And then shoot. It's a robot, it doesn't roll. Before I get more into this, I want to get into the guns because I like this. So, you know how the little Prime, he has little guns, right? Well, to make sure you don't lose them, you can actually, there's these slots on the top that the handle and then the extra little handle on the front can go into, and they slide in to complete the look of the bigger guns, which I think is very, very nice. Then you can open the hands and you know it's all slotted in there. It's the normal hand joint so that it will never fall out. Unless you want it, unless you pull it out. Like, I remember the first time I did it, it was kind of a struggle to get it out, actually. A bit stiff. And here he is, all together, and by God, I love this thing. Alright, after my unboxing, this was the last one I opened, right? This was the only thing I messed with for the rest of the day. Like, Cup and Wolfwire, they're still good. And I mean, I reviewed Cup. Depending on my order of reviews, he may or may not be out by now. But this guy, I love it. I love it so much. But anyway, enough gushing. Get a look at that head. It's a good Power Master Prime head sculpt, like an updated one. And I put little Autobot symbols there and there, which of course weren't on the original. And this thing's articulation, like this, it's phenomenal. The head is on a ball joint, but the only real issue with that is this likes to come on the tab. And even if it does, you can't totally tell. But anyway, the head is on a ball joint. So we can kind of move, it can move around and be expressive. That's going to might untab. The shoulders move up, or you can untab it, but nah. They go full 360, but they look kind of weird when you get to that point. Taking the gun out of his hand. He has a double elbow bend. By this joint down here, it's over 90, but then if you want to add this whole ratcheted joint, it's a full curl. Which is nice. Swivel there. The hands open. I don't think it's individual finger, is it? Yeah, it's individual finger. Huh. Little 1 finger, 3 finger connected deal. Oh, and the wrist swivel. Don't want to forget that wrist swivel. Now here's where the beauty is. He has a ratcheted waist. Isn't that just listen. And also, one other thing. A ratcheted ab crunch. More things need this. I didn't know I needed one until this figure came along. And these little front skirts can get out of the way. The side skirts get out of the way? I haven't checked. If I can move them. Oh yeah, they get out of the way. To accommodate the legs, which are nice and ratcheted forward. Not that much back due to the little butt flap, but if you tab it in, it goes back a bit further. They have a good kind of soft ratchet spread. There is a very nice knee bend on a gigantic figure. There's a swivel up there. The feet go forward and back, and even ratcheted ankle tilts. Most major joints on this figure is a ratchet joint, and it is very, very appreciated to many standards. Like, this figure is everything, is all my hopes and dreams put together. Now, am I going to get the Optimus Prime colored one? I don't know. Like, I bought this guy about a week after the photos for that came out. Because I kind of want one that was a bit different. I might get Prime, I might not. This one's still technically like Optimus Prime to me. This is just more so just Black Convoy. Let's actually give this guy the kneel test right quick. Sorry, I just love this thing. Let's see, can he do the kneel? Ah, he can kind of do it. You can kind of do it. But I mean, this figure can get in a gigantic variety of poses that you would want your Power Master Prime in. And he's everything you'd want in a Power Master Prime. Armed to the teeth. Big. Well, kind of big. Let's actually get into those comparisons I was planning on doing. Before I forget. Get them all. I gotta get them all straight. He has a lot of joints. It's a good thing. It's a good thing though. Is he straight? Yeah. Anyways, few size comparisons. For one, here he is with Generations Top Spin, just to show you how big he is with a mainstream deluxe of today. You can see this is a nice scale. This is a nice scale. Does he scale with like masterpieces? No. He would have to be like bigger than Magnus, I think. And then here he is with two other Black Convoy-esque figures, which is Dark Cybertron Prime and then Nemesis Prime. And again, he just doesn't have like the evil look to me. If I can get Darkseid Prime to stand. Which is why he doesn't have Decepticon symbols. Like, he doesn't have like a wide range of like this kind of metallic green like these two guys do. He has a blue. He has blue eyes and not purple or red like these guys. He just doesn't look evil. I don't have already Scourge here with me, I'm sorry. And then also, the thing I put them on the shelf with, because neither of them really work with Chug. Or Despotron. And for me, this scale actually kind of works. Like, of course, if you take him out of the armor, then God no, it doesn't work in any way, shape, or form. Megatron could just, like, step on him. But to me, this works. This isn't too bad. I don't totally mind Prime being bigger than Megatron. But I like how they look together. Their aesthetics are both very, very, very good. Which, I never reviewed this guy, but if you guys want to see it, I'll gladly do it. I don't know if I'm getting Striker Manus again, or not again, but yet. I never bought him. Or heck, I might as well get the black version with all the weapons. Just go with this guy. I don't know. Maybe it'll be my theme. This is actually my third MakeToys because I reviewed their tailgate. See if I can get this guy in a cool pose to end this video. It's up until I do a video when I can't cool pose anymore. Alright, there we go. Overall, should you buy this? This particular one, it probably won't appeal to as many, and that's probably why they released it first. Did the whole marketing thing where they released the repaint before the initial release, as you can tell with the instructions. But if you're a Black Convoy fan, and you got the $99.99 to drop, I think is how much it was, I would highly recommend get this thing. You will not be disappointed. To me, there's just very few things really wrong with it. And I mean, he looks fantastic. Get at least one version of this. Like, even if it's Powmaster Prime, one of these need to be in your collection if you're an Optimus Prime fan. So yeah, anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say. So, please be sure to check out my channel for video reviews, and please don't forget to subscribe. This is the 14th Prime, signing out.